MLB は今年の伝説の瞬間賞を発表し、大谷翔平選手の3ホームラン10三振が選出されました。今回はその受賞試合直後の現地公式番組をノーカットでお届けします。特に有名な場面となったフリーマン選手へのインタビューは必見。今回初公開の蔵出し動画です。現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung here alongside Jerry Hurston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parra, and Oral Hershiser. The party on the field here at Dodger Stadium. They are heading back to the World Series to defend their championship. It is their 26th National League pennant in franchise history, 5th in the last 9 years. They pull off a 4-game sweep over the Brewers on what was a historic night, Jerry. Shohei Ohtani had not just performance of a lifetime for himself, maybe the greatest single-game performance we've ever seen in a postseason game in Major League history.
Listen, we all know what he did 50-50 in Miami. Epic performance, 6 for 6. I think this was better because on the stage in the postseason to win the NLCS, 3 bombs, and oh, by the way, on the mound, 10 strikeouts, incredible performance.
Before the game, Dave Roberts was saying that I think Shohei really wants to go out there and kind of have one of those statement games because of the struggles that he may have had offensively. I think he made a statement. I think he did that today. I just look at the quote my wife sent me, and she's so right when she quoted Gladiator, "Are you not entertained?"
Right.
And simple as that. And boy, that was special.
He out-hit the opponent. You know, he outstruck them out. Yeah, he gave up 3 walks, and they only, walked once. But I'll tell you what, it's just amazing. It was a team effort to win this series and to sweep it. And we can't overlook the other players that got the other 3 wins.
Yeah.
But he got this win tonight almost all by himself.
It was truly an incredible performance. And as our good friend Eric Hernandez texted me, tonight was 17 on the 17th of October. Shohei Ohtani put a statement, put his stamp on this entire 2025 season. And what a night it was for him. You saw the Dodgers inside their batting cage. They're getting ready to pop the top on some champagne and celebrate. Let's head down to the field. The skipper, Dave Roberts, is standing by with David Vassegh.
That's right. I am here with the manager, Dave Roberts, getting a huge hug from the GOAT himself, Clayton Kershaw. Dave Roberts on his 5th trip to the World Series as the leader of the Dodgers. How does this one feel, and what can you say about the performance by your starting pitcher tonight?
He was unbelievable. I don't think that you've ever seen a performance like what Shohei put forth tonight. It's historic. It's historic. And you knew it was going to happen at some point, and what better night to have it on a game-clinching night. Just so proud of this team. We still got a lot of work to do, but we're going to enjoy tonight.
What does it say about your team, the adversity that you guys had during the regular season, to be able to maintain your focus? You gave 3 different speeches, Freddie told me, to get this team going.
I did. And you know what? I trust these guys. I'm proud of them. And, we persevered. It wasn't an easy year. I think that everyone sort of expects us to be in this place, but it doesn't come easy. And it takes a lot of character, a lot of hard work, and contribution from so many people. And I'm just so happy to do it at home for our fans.
Dave, last thing for you. You're 4 wins away from separating yourselves from every other Dodger championship team. Repeat champions. How badly does this team want that?
This team wants it so bad for each other, for this city. And we're going to make history. But again, we got a lot of work to do. We got to keep that edge, and we got to keep hunting, David. We got to keep hunting.
Congratulations, 5-time manager to the National League pennant. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you, man.
There he is, the man, Dave Roberts.
Yeah, Dave Roberts saying they still have a lot of work to do and that they have to keep their edge, and they'll have to do it because they don't play Game 1 of the World Series until 1 week from tonight. They will await the winner of the American League Championship Series between the Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go right back down to the field. Max Muncy is with David Vassegh.
Here he is, the man that makes it all happen at the hot corner, the defensive play of this series, Max Muncy, back to the World Series for the 4th time with the Dodgers. How does this one feel?
Really, really incredible. And I know you didn't ask, but this one feels even better because we witnessed probably the single greatest game by a baseball player ever today. Shohei had, 11 strikeouts with 3 homers, and one of them went out of the stadium completely. It's unbelievable.
It seemed like you guys in the dugout were enjoying it as much as everybody else here.
Yeah, we were in as much as everybody. Oh, we got to take a picture, Dave. Beat it!
Dodgers celebrating down on the field here at Dodger Stadium. This is the 4th straight week they will be having a champagne celebration. They clinched the NL West in Arizona, then they win the Wild Card Series and the Division Series here at Dodger Stadium, and now they are National League champions. And all as you get closer and closer to that next goal, the World Series, I imagine that champagne only tastes sweeter and sweeter.
It really does. The key I've seen with this team is after the Philadelphia series, they were elated. Their business faces seem like they're a little bit still on now because they know they are so close to the prize. When it was an adventure to get there, they were happy every stage. But this stage, I think, is different, especially to this point. It might change once the beer and the champagne flows, but for me, boy, they got their game faces on.
Well, Dave Roberts said, enjoy the moment. And like he quoted Kobe Bryant, job's not done. I think they all know that. They all feel that way. But it doesn't mean that you don't celebrate, because it takes so much just to get to this point and get to the World Series. Start of spring training, before the season started, it's World Series or bust. Not getting to the World Series, it's winning the World Series or bust. That's their mentality. So they know, oh, job's not done. But doesn't mean you don't look at each other, you don't celebrate each other, and you don't celebrate this moment. You absolutely celebrate it, because come tomorrow, it's back to preparation and business and getting ready for the World Series.
Listen, we've had quite a few of these, and we always say you celebrate these type of hurdles because you need closure. When you have closure, then you can move on to the next step, the next round. Outstanding job, the Dodgers continuing their focus after a really tough, I know they won it in 4 games, but against the Phillies, that was a very tough series. You beat a great team in Philadelphia, and now you beat the best team in the National League, had the best record in all of baseball. You able to sweep this team because they kept their focus and played great baseball. You're going to celebrate like rock stars tonight, but you turn the page tomorrow and then refocus on whoever you're going to play in the World Series.
And Nomar, I don't believe in flipping a switch, but you look at the Dodgers' last 30 games, 24-6. They're 9-1 here in the postseason. And I remember this run started the night that Yoshinobu Yamamoto lost his no-hitter, and then they lose that game in Baltimore. And I was saying this is either going to galvanize this team and really spark them, or they're going to crumble. And it seems like, boy, it galvanized them. And I don't know if that was the one moment, but they have taken off ever since that moment.
Yeah, oftentimes you look at flipping the switch in the postseason, you can't just do that. It's like you really want to have momentum down the stretch of the season where there is some fight. And I think it made them fight. I think they realized that. And I also think at the time you started having the starters that we're seeing right now who were on the IL, but also kind of getting more of their rhythm. They were kind of like, okay, now I'm free to just go and go pitch, not as a build-up, and still kind of watching him. And I think that allowed them to say, listen, now's the time we have to turn out. And there was no guarantee at that moment either that they were in the postseason. Dude, they still know that they had to play good baseball. And that helps, that you have to fight throughout the rest of the season and allow that to carry into the postseason.
Every chapter of the regular season, I'm sure the fans get tired of. The Dodgers have a long-term perspective. You know, why didn't they pull this guy? What's going on with the roster here? Why isn't that guy healthy yet? What are they doing with him? He's not going to get enough innings. He's not going to get enough at-bats. But it's long term, and they are peaking at the right time, health-wise, performance-wise, starting pitching-wise, everybody else.
You see Dave Roberts there inside. That's the batting cage, and that's become a cool spot for them to be able to celebrate.
Have you seen their clubhouse? They don't want to ruin that day.
Exactly. Dave Roberts waiting to address his team after they become National League champions for the 5th time in the last 9 years. 26th time in franchise history. They always begin it with a little bit of a shot here. Let's listen in.
We got to raise a glass to Shohei. Freak! He's a freak. He's the MVP, and he put on a performance that I don't think there's any better performance in postseason history. So, Shohei, congratulations. Well done. Hey,
Not our first time.
hey. So, we talked about the focus, winning this World Series the most important thing for each one of us and our families. It started in spring training. It's going to end with 4 more wins. Keep the edge. Let's stay on the hunt, guys.
Yeah, the Dodgers celebrating and appreciating each and every one of these moments and opportunities they get to do something like this, Jerry. And we heard Dave Roberts, he kept it simple. Yeah, they want to celebrate tonight, but he keeps reminding them, and I don't think this Dodgers team needs a reminder. There's still 4 more wins to get.
Absolutely. And Nomar just touched on it a little earlier. It's not getting to the World Series. It's winning the World Series, making sure you're World Series champions. These guys know what's at stake. It's about making sure you win another championship, and these guys continue to remain focused. But yeah, you want to celebrate. You want to go out there and have a lot of fun tonight, celebrate with your guys. You are now National League champs.
You know, they know, what, 13 wins? They know they need, like, they already know how many wins they need to win the World Series when they're going there. But they also know how many celebrations they need, too. You know, and especially, you know, prior they actually wanted 1 less. They wanted 1 less because they didn't want to get the wild card, but they had to get to the wild card. So they had the one that you get to the end of the season to get to the postseason. You have the wild card, you have the division series, the championship series, and ultimately you want the World Series. So you want 5 celebrations. So they know 13 wins and 5 celebrations. That's what they're hoping for.
I'll tell you what, you know, they've got a guaranteed runner-up prize now. They're going to get a National League championship ring, but they don't want that ring. Mookie Betts talked about, I want to win multiple rings. He wasn't talking about National League championship rings. He was talking about world championship rings. And when you look at this team and you think if they get 4 more wins, I don't know what's going to stop them, because the budget's not going to change, the personnel's not going to change, and if they add anything, they're going to add more and more superstars. This is a dynasty, guys, and we got a chance that this dynasty might last for a long time.
Last year's World Series MVP is heading back to the Fall Classic. Here is Freddie Freeman with David Vassegh.
Freddie Freeman, he was the one that told me at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Shohei Ohtani was ready to go off.
Yeah.
What made you believe that?
The inevitable is going to happen when you got the best player on the planet going out there in the biggest stage in front of everyone. You just know he's going to step up, and you can just tell the focus when he got here today was there, and what a performance. I think we're going to be talking about this for forever. It's the game of Shohei.
I think your kids are going to see their dad all over the internet because of your facial expressions after those home runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 117 at 33 launch angle. I mean, you hit a ball out of the stadium and you're pitching, you're striking out 10 guys. It's you become speechless, and it's just amazing. I'm a fan of baseball, so happy he's on our team. But just to see what he does day in and day out, it's special, and I hope people are, I know they understand what a unicorn he is, but they really got to see it on the national stage tonight.
Well, he doesn't have a World Series MVP like this guy.
He might in about a week.
You're 4 wins away from not only becoming a champion again, but really separating yourselves as one of the elite teams.
Yeah.
Can you allow yourself to feel that?
I mean, you can be excited. You know, obviously, I've always been one to live in the moment, and then you can prepare and get ready for the next challenge. What we did here in the NLCS is special. We played great baseball. I think Shohei would be the first one to tell you it would be a starting rotation National League Championship MVP awards. What they did was they threw up 0s and 1s all day long and allowed the offense to score a few runs for them. But yeah, we're going to relish in this and then get ready to go in a week.
Enjoy this, Freddie. You deserve it. You put in so much hard work from your ankle in spring training and the offseason to here you are standing.
Yeah, thank you, David. I really appreciate that. My ankle doesn't feel, it feels really good right now.
Hey, that's great news.
Freddie Freeman will have an opportunity to win a third World Series ring. Mookie Betts already has 3. He wants a 4th. And right now, Mookie is standing by with Kirsten Watson.
It means we've been doing pretty good so far, but we still got one more step to go. But we'll enjoy where we are right now for sure.
This series was remarkable, whether it was the pitching, the offense, what Shohei Ohtani did today. I mean, what can you say about this team and how you guys were able to come together?
We did a really good job. I mean, we had a lot of lows. Woo! Hey! Woo! We had a lot of lows. But I'm just glad we're doing it. We're playing good ball at the right time.
When you look at a performance like that Shohei had today, the 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs, I mean, we saw 50-50. We have seen so much from this guy. I mean, is this like anything you could have imagined?
I mean, I don't even know what I imagine when it comes to Shohei. I don't think I really do imagine anything. I think he just blows all our imaginations out of the water. I'm just happy I get a front row seat to see it.
For you personally, though, I mean, whether it was the defense, how you were clicking offensively, I know it hasn't been an easy year for you personally, but how you've come together this postseason.
I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. You know, the boys are. It's really a collection of everybody, which is beautiful. That's what makes it. That's what makes it so much fun. You never know who it's going to be. And I mean, you know, for me, you know, I just do my job.
Ready for 4 more wins?
4 more wins. That's all we got.
Congratulations, Mookie.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mookie Betts hitting .293 this postseason and a great final 2 months of the regular season. The party continues. The beer continues to fly, and the champagne as well. Let's go back inside because David Vassay's got a few guys hanging out with him.
All right, we are joined right now by 2 of the bullpen dogs. They've been to the World Series a few different times. I'm with Kershaw, who has his pants on but no shirt, and I'm with Blake Trinan, who is fully clothed right now.
My choice.
Let's start with Clayton over here. That's really cold. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm over here now. I earned this one. I earned this one. I'm here with one of the World Series heroes from a year ago. He's going back, and he was a big part of the NLCS. Blake Trinan. Blake, how does it feel to be part of this team that found a way to grind all year and get back to the series?
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, being on this team with all the talent that they put on the field, gosh, it's just different every year. Our starters are so great. Our position players, they grind out at bats, and they really came alive tonight. What a performance by Shohei. Man, we're just looking forward to 4 more wins and it's wrapping this thing up, but there's a really good couple teams battling out right now. This year is just special in itself because you're getting to see some premium talent from the starting side.
Blake, your starters aren't giving the bullpen a lot of work. You've had the best view of these guys.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Every year's so different. We're just going to do whatever it takes to win, and they're the horses right now, so we love it.
Is that the greatest single performance you've seen in the postseason tonight from Ohtani?
You know, I thought it was Snell, and then Yama didn't have the strikeouts that Snell had, and he went CG like first time in, 8 years or something crazy?
Yeah.
And then, you know, Glass followed up with a great performance. Didn't quite outdo like the other 2, but amazing starting job. And then whatever Show did tonight, it's just like no one will ever do that unless Shohei does 4 homers and throws a CG. So, yeah, it's pretty special.
Congratulations.
Best one I've seen. Best one I've seen.
You're a big part of it, Blake. You're a big part of it last year. Look forward to seeing you in the World Series again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
There he is, one of the bullpen dogs. He's the anchor.
Can we just talk for a second about David Vassay and it's fun abuse. I don't like to use the word abuse, Jerry, but the way that they treat Vassay there with the champagne and the beer afterwards. It's just hilarious.
That's not abuse. That's love. Okay, that's guys having a good time. And trust me, Dave Vassay absolutely loves it. As we see Kike Hernandez in the middle of it, he's absolutely loving that champagne Budweiser shower. Love seeing guys celebrate when they advance.
And with Dave Vassay has a really unique relationship with all the players, a well-respected relationship with all the players. They respect him, they appreciate him, and that's not easy to do. And he does an unbelievable job, and it's really unique. And it's a credit to his personality, his character, and also he's a fan.
Yes.
He is a huge fan. I think all Dodger fans know that, especially when they listen to him on the radio and talk after the games and calling in. He's a huge fan. And, you know, like you said, when he gets pummeled like that, that's out of respect and
it's
love.
Out of respect and love.
Yeah, it is. We're all celebrating together because not every person in the media gets treated the way Dave Vassay does. And as far as the respect is, kudos to him.
The relationship is built on honesty and integrity because he'll call them out when they do poorly, and he'll be right down there the next day and want to talk to the guy or talk to Dave Roberts or talk to whoever, and they enjoy that honesty and that give and take, because I think it gives them freedom to know I'm being analyzed, but I'm being analyzed in person and to my face, nothing behind the back. And I think that's why Dave has a lot of respect.
And that is so important, guys. We've played, and we've had guys that have covered us when we played. That's all you want as a player, to be honest. Listen, when you don't do your job or you're struck, we know firsthand. We're the ones doing it. We know we're not playing up to our standards. So Dave Vassay has always been honest. That is the key, and he's there front and center. If a guy needs a question or needs to address it, that's why they love Dave Vassay. Players know when they're not playing well, bro, you don't have to tell me that. I know. Dave Vassay has a great relationship with those guys.
And those guys, too. Yeah, they all love DV, and DV's loving being right there in the middle of all this. So is Kike Hernandez, who had a 3-homer game in the postseason with the Dodgers. Tonight, Shohei had 3 home runs as well. Well, let's head back inside and hear from Max Muncy right now with Kirsten.
Max, first and foremost, congratulations. You guys are going back to the World, the World Series. Shohei Ohtani today, though, what he was able to do, whether it was on the mound, whether it was offensively, I mean, how do you describe a performance like that?
I mean, it's the single best performance I've ever seen on a baseball field. What do you have, 11 strikeouts, 3 homers, one of them left the stadium completely. You know, I think if you saw the reaction in the dugout, that kind of says it all about Shohei today. It was just the best performance I've ever seen in my life.
So we were so excited to watch his batting practice. We were so excited to watch his batting practice the other day. I had to feel like that must have been something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen him hit batting practice since he signed with us 2 years ago. And, I mean, his first couple rounds weren't that great. And then all of a sudden, balls just started leaving left and right. And that clearly carried over into today. So maybe there was something to it. I don't know. But, yeah, it's really cool to watch. I mean, you saw the whole team was still waiting just to watch him hit batting practice.
This whole series, though, how you all have come together. I mean, the results that you've had offensively, the home run. What can you say about this group right now, how you were able to sweep this series, and how you now move on to the World Series?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable group. This is one of the best teams that I've ever been a part of. You know, we still got 4 more games we got to win, but just the clubhouse that we got, the stuff that we've gone through this year, it's been really incredible, and you know, you're starting to see the results on the field.
Enjoy this, Max. Congratulations.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Yeah, Max Muncy saying they still need 4 wins, and he talked about this being maybe the best team he's ever been a part of. Oral, if they can get those 4 more wins, we might be talking about one of the truly great teams in the history of this sport.
Well, for sure. You know, in the short term, this could be three world championships in a very short spurt. But I don't see them in a window like a rebuild that all of a sudden this is going to be the end of the line and they're going to unload it like the Miami Marlins did at one time or different things. The Los Angeles Dodgers have a significant history, but these guys are writing a very current history that could be very, very special throughout this whole organization.
I just keep thinking job's not done. Like that's what they think, right? Like we can talk about how great they are until the job is done. They're great now, but greatest or all that historic. It was a historic game today, but the job's not done. And, we could talk about this game, but we want to talk about it part of a World Series championship.
Right.
So they know that, they celebrate it, but, credit to this organization that they go out there and what they do year after year after year. The drive. Our great friend, I heard our great friend Ned Colletti on the radio getting interviewed, and they were asking him about the team and why they're so successful. And I thought what he said, he goes, this ownership group, Mark Walters, he goes, what's amazing is when they win, they don't settle, they get even hungrier.
Yes.
And that is something unique to find. It drives them even more to want more and continue to do more, and you're seeing it right now.
Because they're thinking legacy. It's about having a legacy. And one of the owners, Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard ever in the NBA history, the reason why he's also so loved is because he had a dynasty here. He didn't win one, he went to 5. Yep. Dynasty. When you have dynasties, you become legends and have that legacy. And that's what this Dodger team is trying to have. Back-to-back, win as many rings as Mookie Betts says to make sure they solidify their legacy. And trust me, this team knows what's at stake. It ain't about just getting the World Series. They know they have to win. They have to go back-to-back. Love that focus.
Andrew Friedman said it last year. He wants this to be remembered as the true golden age of Dodger baseball. And right now, Andrew Friedman is standing by with David Vassegh.
Andrew Friedman has constructed 5 National League pennant winning teams. What can you say about this one that you already haven't said?
This season obviously had a lot of ups and downs. That happens over the course of a 6-month season. But going into October, the number of questions about can this team do it? Is this team talented enough? It was our firm belief that this was the most talented team we were bringing into October. Doesn't guarantee anything, but watching these guys work, prepare, how focused they are on the task at hand is incredible.
Andrew, is that the single greatest performance in the playoffs you've ever seen by one man?
Absolutely. It's the greatest performance that's ever happened in a playoff game. Through 4 innings, I sent on our group message, that's the best 4 innings ever played. It's another one, like that's the best 7 innings ever played. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, to think this morning people were calling him a bum, and then he's on the podium getting the MVP trophy.
How much do you think that motivated him to silence the critics?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the bigger thing is it's hard to keep Shohei down for too long, no matter what. But he definitely heard it. He puts more pressure on himself than what anyone...
He deserves that. Andrew Friedman deserves that.
So good!
How much, number one, you've been getting doused by all these players as much as anybody else. What does that say about how much you mean to this group as well?
I mean, we have a great group, and I think the communication throughout...
All right, I think we'll end it right there. Andrew Friedman, his players love him. Why wouldn't they?
Dodgers are the National League champions for the 5th time in the last 9 years, 4 wins away from becoming World Series champions for the 2nd straight year. Plenty more reaction coming up. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Shohei Ohtani. Nomar, he hit not 1, not 2, but 3 homers in an NLCS clinch game.
Well, actually, it should be 4, John, because the one that goes out of the stadium, you're supposed to count twice because that's how far it traveled. But what an incredible performance. I know we're just talking about showing the moment of the game being on the offensive side because we still haven't gone to the pitching side, but that one right there really hit our set over here, which is very kind and thoughtful because he not only thinks of the fans and gives them a souvenir, he thinks about us here on our show, and he was trying to give us a souvenir. But man, that was more than a moment. That was memorable.
Shohei Ohtani joins an elite list of players who have hit 3 home runs in a single postseason game. Babe Ruth did it twice. Bob Robertson, Reggie Jackson, Adam Kennedy, Adrian Beltre, Albert Pujols, Pablo Sandoval, Jose Altuve, and then 3 Dodgers, Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor, Shohei Ohtani. The Dodgers are the only team to have 3 different players on this list. Meanwhile, the players down on the field celebrating Clayton Kershaw, 4 wins away from riding off into the sunset into retirement as a 3-time champ, Jerry.
Look at Kersh. He got some moves right there. Do it, Kersh. Look at that.
Yeah, and Ellen's covering her face like, what is that?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you have enough champagne in you, you can break it down.
I wouldn't know.
I think that's going to be the new one for next year, maybe, that, you know, the guys go when they get their base hit. And,
yeah, I like that.
On the bases.
4 more wins, and let's ruin baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And I love the fact the families on the field celebrating with the players. Such a special moment for the kids and the families.
All right, let's head inside again and hear from Tyler Glass now with Kirsten.
Tyler, first and foremost, congratulations. You guys are going back to the World Series. This pitching performance in the group, whether it was you, Blake, Yoshi, Shohei Ohtani today, I mean, how do you describe what you guys were able to do on the mound in this series?
It's awesome. This group of guys, there's so much confidence in the room. Anyone who takes the mound, you feel good about it. And I think what Shohei did tonight was probably the craziest thing I'll ever see on a baseball field. So just to end this series with that and go into the World Series on that type of note is nuts. Like, we're riding high right now. We just got to keep going to get 4 more wins.
Home runs were insane. We saw the reaction from the bullpen, the dugout. What was your reaction?
Just mouth open. Like, this guy is a freak. Just, I've seen him hit some home runs, but just those were so incredible. That 117 out of the stadium it's crazy. It's wild. So it was just super fun to watch.
It's obviously not easy to sweep a team, but how you guys were able to come together in this series, what did you guys either learn about your team, or what does it say about this group as you prepare for the next step?
I think it's just what we've always known. I think no matter how we were doing in season, if anyone was like skeptical about how good we are, no one in the clubhouse would think anything of it. Like, we know how good we are, and we've just all come together and we've balled out. And I guess what we've learned is that, I don't know, how good we've been and how good we are and how good we will be next series.
This is not your first World Series with this team. It's going to be your second, but for you to be healthy this year, to be able to take the mound in the World Series as a boy from California, what does that mean to you?
It means everything to me. This hometown team, I've loved this team since I was a little kid. Just to participate and be on the team is surreal in itself. So just to feel good, feel healthy to go into the World Series, it's everything. It means everything.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dodgers scorching hot here in the postseason, now 9-1 against a Brewers team they lost all 6 meetings with this season, and the Dodgers win it in 4 straight. What a cool moment. All the players down on the field right now having a chance to celebrate and take in this moment with their family, wives, girlfriends. Let's head inside once again and hear from Tommy Edman with David Vassay.
Tommy Edman, last year's NLCS MVP. You almost had my vote until that 3rd home run this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to argue with. 10 strikeouts, 3 homers in a clinching game, that's tough to beat.
You've been around a lot of great players. Have you ever seen a performance like that in the postseason by anybody?
No, I mean, it's no way. I thought that last year's 6-for-6, 3-homer game was the most impressive thing I've ever seen until today, and that was just absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it.
Tommy, when the Dodgers traded for you, you were such a big part of it. Now you're going back to the World Series for a 2nd straight year. Could it have played out any better in your mind than this?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's crazy to look back at how last year started, you know, being injured the whole year, going to the World Series, and then obviously this year, the regular season, you know, didn't go the way I expected, you know, kind of being injured, not playing super well, and then going back to the World Series now. It's really a blessing, and it's amazing it worked out like that.
It feels like you, Teoscar, you got right at the right time, and your starting pitchers got right at the right time. Is this just a perfect storm for you to be able to sweep a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, our 4 aces, you know, really stepped up. I think they scored 3-4 runs the whole series, and that's a good lineup too. Like they scored a bunch of runs during the regular season and just couldn't put anything together against our starters. And you know, just everybody getting healthy at the right time was huge for us. And you know, they're all all performing like we know they're capable of, and hopefully we can do it in the World Series too.
Are you thinking about not showering and just going through the Rampart Tommy's Chili's burger tonight?
You know, I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it, but you know, I feel like I got to get the smell off me first, but it's really tempting though.
Congratulations, and I'll try to help you find some stuff over here, Tommy.
There's gotta be, no,
Here, I got a couple of drips for you. That's all I got. Congratulations.
We'll find one.
We'll find more after 4 more wins. How about that, Tommy Edman?
Appreciate it, Dave.
There he is, the dude.
Yeah, I think going to a drive-through after this game and not showering is a pretty horrible idea, but we have the Dodgers players down on the field celebrating this moment, Nomar, and this is going to be a test also for the Dodgers having such a long layoff now because they won't play Game 1 until next Friday. Do you think it's easier when you come off a regular season and then you gear up for a postseason after a 5-day layoff as opposed to right now? They've been playing intense baseball games all along, and then they're going to shut it down and then pick it back up.
No, I think this is definitely a challenge to have such a layoff. It's because you're so intense, because you all of a sudden have taken it to another level. I tell you, you ride the adrenaline to get through September because your body is exhausted, and you ride that out. Now you've even taken the adrenaline to a whole nother level, and then you got to try to figure out a way for your body not to shut down. The one thing, though, for this Dodger club, they have experienced layoffs. They have experienced a few years ago, and they've had opportunities like, okay, what's the formula to try to make sure that doesn't happen? I think they have ideas because of that experience, and I think they're going to utilize this over the course of this week to make sure that guys are on point. And a lot of these guys also experienced it where they were blown out early in the postseason and when they had an incredible record over the course of the season. So hopefully that comes into play, but they're going to have to work hard, be focused, be ready, and then figure out who they're going to play. Yeah. We'll all be sitting and watching and waiting as well.
Nomar and I had this conversation before the game about, the layoff and what could happen if they won. And I told him, for pitchers, we're used to having off days. We're used to going into the locker room and doing our weight training and our cardio and all the different things, and then throwing a bullpen. And we are going to have some fresh arms to help the hitters through this because they're going to have some bullpen guys that haven't thrown for a long time. And over this next week, they might say, I want 2 simulated games. I'll help the hitters because it's going to help me. I need to compete. I need to be on the mound. They're not going to be throwing fastballs inside to their hitters, but they're going to be working on their stuff, feeling that adrenaline and working through it. So that could help the hitters as far as facing big league pitchers, even though it's their teammates.
I think it's harder when you're playing regular season games and you hadn't had that energy, and then you have that week off, and then now you're in the postseason, the NLDS, and it's a short series, and postseason hits you. I think that hurts a particular team. They've had some intense games, especially against the Phillies, and obviously a tough Brewers team. I know they swept them, but they're a tough team. Now I think this layoff might be a little easier. And again, there is no excuse. They're not going to make any. They're going to take tomorrow off. Guys will get treatment the next day, have a nice little ramp up, and then be ready to go, starting to get that work in to make sure they will stay sharp and getting ready for Game 1 of the World Series. I'm sure they have some simulated games. They may have a white versus gray, little mini World Series, if you will, for a couple days. But these guys will be ready come Friday night for Game 1.
4 wins away from becoming the first team in a quarter century to repeat as World Series champions. Let's head back inside and hear from one of the bullpen dogs, Alex Vesia with DV.
Alex Vesia looking to become one of those few Dodgers that could say back-to-back champions. How does this one feel with this group?
Honestly, it's different. It is different. The chemistry, the mojo, it's a different vibe. Last year we were grinding and it's so. This year we're clicking and it's a fun group, man. We got a lot of good dudes in this clubhouse. It's just fun. This game is crazy. Highs, lows, adversity. Man, it's all worth it.
Alex, what was the vibe in the bullpen after the first home run, the second home run, and the third home run by Ohtani?
So, first home run, that was awesome.
second home run, we had people telling us from the stands that it went out of the stadium. So we've never had that before. And then the third one, I was in the dugout. And now the crack of the bat, man, it's just different. It's just different. So he's special. I didn't even know he had 10 strikeouts tonight. I learned that when I came in. And so, yeah, that was a crazy performance by him. Shohei's the man. Absolute stud.
This team might be different. 4 more wins. We'll see you doing this again one more time.
You know it. You know it. Let's go.
All right, there he is, the bullpen dog himself, Alex Vesia.
And welcome back here to the stadium. John, Jerry, Nomar, and Oral, first time on camera with you. And Jerry, we've heard some of the guys talk about it. Alex Vesia even mentioned it as well. Last year was a grind. This season, for this Dodger team, there was a 2-month stretch where they were playing sub-500 baseball, and a lot of people were wondering, is it just not going to happen this year for these guys? But then they slowly started to figure things out, and right now they have come together at a perfect time.
It is amazing. I just love Dave Roberts' comments saying, let's go win 4 more and ruin baseball, because about a month ago, everybody was saying, baseball experts in the game, Dodgers bullpen, they don't have it. Stars are a little banged up. They'd be lucky. Yeah, they might win the wild card, but they're going to run into a team like the Phillies. They're going to drop that series and be out. This Dodger team stayed focused, got healthy at the right time, had some starters go in that bullpen and found a closer in Roki and continue to play great baseball. I love that they took what the naysayers were saying about them about a month or so ago and really came together as a team.
About a month or so ago, they weren't ruining baseball, but now they are, I guess, because they're here. So it doesn't make really any sense.
Everybody was saying the Dodgers were cooked about a month ago.
Yeah, but they're not ruining baseball. They're just going out there and performing and coming together. The ownership had made a promise. I'm going to quote another guy on the radio, Fred Rogan, a long time ago when before the season, and you heard those rumbles. Are they ruining baseball when they're signing things? What's Mark Walters doing? And he says, Mark Walters is guilty of one thing. And I think it was a great quote. Of doing one thing, keeping his promise. His promise was year after year he was going to come in and make sure he has a team that's going to compete and be able to win the World Series year after year. That's exactly what he's done each and every year. Talked about him being hungrier, and not only that, he was also saying, I'm going to continue to give back to the community, make that. It's got a beautiful place, and he continues to give back. All he's done is kept his promise, and now the Dodgers are working on and making sure that promise comes to fruition and trying to win another one.
Yeah, they took the smartest man in baseball from a very small budget in Tampa Bay and gave him a very good budget here in L.A., and he is proving to put together great teams for Mark and for Stan and for Lon and for everybody in the front office. Andrew's done an amazing job, and he's had other executives come through and get other jobs, and they try to copy this formula, but they haven't figured it out. Andrew at the helm of this has really figured out. And then think about Dave Roberts and where he's at in the center of this possible dynasty if they continue on. Dave Roberts has been through the transition of being the manager that beat out Gabe Kapler and gets the job, being the guy that everybody says, what are we doing? They don't have the right leadoff hitter. This guy's hitting third tonight. This guy's hitting second. Oh, now that guy's playing second. Oh, he's playing left. And he had to convince all those players that star players are going to move around. It's going to be okay. So what they've built and what Mark promised, they have all come through on their promises. And, Andrew came here and he was supposedly the egghead nerd, it was going to be all data. This guy is a guy.
Yes.
He is a guy.
He
understands. He understands personalities. He understands how to put it together. We have star players that have come through and worn Dodger uniforms that have tried out kind of for our organization. Yeah, right?
Here's another
and they're no longer here, but they're doing well other places.
And we know
but he's putting teams together.
Yes, that's the point. You made a great point there. There are a lot of teams that spend boatloads of money and they don't even make the playoffs.
The Mets.
Yep.
They don't even make the playoffs. The one thing you can't do is buy chemistry. Yes, do the Dodgers spend? They do, but they make sure they get the right guys in place and then get guys like a Kike Hernandez, Max Muncy, Tommy Edman to complement the superstars. That is so vital if you're going to have a winning formula. And here's another thing. It really started when I was here. Andre Ether was one of the great leaders of this Dodger team that 2011, 12, 13, and when Mark Walter and his group got this team together, Andre used to always say, check your ego at the door. And that's what this team does. Whether you're Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, any superstar, when you're the superstar or the 26th guy on the roster, you check your ego at the door because it's all about winning. That's what's different about this team more than any other teams.
A lot of stars on this team. One of them, Will Smith, a 3-time All-Star catcher, is with Kirsten.
Will, you were talking about Shohei. What made him so special tonight on the mound?
Yeah, he had, he just was mixing speeds. He was locating his fastball. His splitter was good, his cutter was good, his curveball, sliders. He just has so many weapons up there, and he's getting ahead of guys and just gutting these wins out, getting what we need to be done. It shows who this club is. It's just a tough group of guys.
Well, congratulations on the National League Championship. I know you guys still want more, so I know you're ready for what's next.
Thank you.
How about 11 strikeouts tonight for the Dodgers? Oh, yes, and a National League Championship as well. But the strikeouts mean that you can go to Jack in the Box tomorrow and get a free Jumbo Jack with a purchase of a large drink. It was Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, he carried the load, 6 scoreless innings, 3 home runs, and he also had the 10 strikeouts to help everybody get some free food. Right now, let's send it back inside and hear from Teoscar Hernandez with DV.
No, I don't think there's anybody that gets tired of this. I'm not tired. I want to get one more, and then 5 more next year, and then 5 more the next year, and hopefully 3 more after this one.
You feel like a little kid getting to come in here and throw beer and champagne around?
Yeah, this is the only time that you can get to celebrate something, to be free, not thinking about your job, not thinking about what you got to do tomorrow. And we get to enjoy this one and then get to work again.
As great as you know Shohei is, does a game like this even shock you?
A little bit, yes. He's amazing. Shohei is incredible. He's been working. He's been going through a lot, slump-wise. He feels like he has to contribute more to the team, and he did today. So happy for him and grateful that he can do that.
Is there any other human that could do what he did tonight?
Well, not that I can think about.
3 homers, 10 strikeouts, get a ball out of the stadium, and you're going to the World Series.
It's incredible. I'm happy to be in his side, not against him.
Teoscar, you came back to have a chance to do this again. How happy are you that it worked out for you and the Dodgers, and how much you meant to this team emotionally all year?
I mean, I don't think there's anything that can describe how happy am I right now. Super grateful. Thank you, God, that make me the opportunity to get back and do a special things with this special group.
You have a lot of the same players from a year ago, but what makes this group so special to be able to go through the adversity of the regular season and be able to turn it on at the right time?
It just, we're hungry to win. All the new players that came this year, they want to win, and that's why they signed here. They reject a lot of offers from other teams, and we're just happy that we get all of those guys, and all of those guys are contributing to get wins right now.
The goatee's a little dry.
I know. It's a little wet.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Teoscar Hernandez flashing that $1 million smile. We have more reaction, though. Let's go right back inside and hear from Mookie Betts with David Vassay.
Here we are, Marcus Lynn Betts, back to the World Series with the Dodgers. This seems to be an annual thing. How proud are you of the season you've had and this group has had so far?
The boys have played great. I'm just proud that I was able to help the boys. But as a team, we had our ups and our downs.
You're a little too dry right now, Mookie.
Everybody, we're playing good at the right time, but we still got 4 more wins to go.
Mookie, yesterday you said Jordan hadn't showed up yet. Do you think Shohei Jordan showed up tonight?
He showed up tonight. It was 2 minutes left in the 4th, and he took the ball and told us to get out of the way. And I'm glad I was able to witness it.
Mookie, you guys are 4 wins away from from separating yourselves from every other Dodger team who went back-to-back championships. Can you taste it that it's that close?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can taste it, but we got to make sure we stay hungry. Make sure we stay hungry, rest up for this week, and be ready to go.
Do you enjoy this?
Absolutely, always. It never gets old.
Thanks, Marky, Mookie, Marcus, Mookie, all of the above.
Whatever you want to call me, it doesn't matter.
I'll call you MJ.
Mookie Betts looking to win his 4th World Series ring. We heard him talking about Shohei Ohtani. We mentioned earlier only 11 players in history have had a 3-homer game in the postseason. Shohei Ohtani also had 6 scoreless innings tonight with 10 strikeouts. Nobody's ever done anything like we saw tonight in a Major League Baseball game in October. Let's hear right now from Shohei with the media.
Shohei, a lot have been made about your performances offensively this postseason. Coming into tonight, with you starting, did you want to make a statement in this game tonight?
今回のパフォーマンス、ポストシーズンで結構いろいろと話題になってましたけども、今回登板する中、一つなんか大活躍をするっていうことを意識してましたか？
一番はやっぱり今日は登板の日なので、しっかりと先発ピッチャーの役割をまず一つこなしたいなという気持ちで入りましたし、オフェンス面も集中はしてましたけども、なんていうんですか、左が打てる日は右が苦戦する日も多いですし、僕ら左バッターが打てない日は右バッターがしっかりと仕事をしてくれるっていう日が多いと思うので、そういうなんていうんですかね、チームとしてのバランスがやっぱり大事なのかなと思ってます。
I really focused on, first and foremost, as a starting pitcher, to make sure I'm an effective starting pitcher. On the hitting side, just looking at the whole entire team, we'll see that at times the right-handed hitters picked us up, and on the flip side, sometimes the left-handed hitters picked us up. So I think in a sense, we're just trying to find the right balance.
Let's go to Bill straight back in the middle.
Yes, Shohei, Andrew and a lot of your teammates are calling this the greatest postseason game ever played. What do you think?
アンドリーさんとかムーキーが最高のポストシーズンの試合だったと語ってましたけども、翔平はどう思ってますか？
そうです。今日この試合以外はやっぱり僕も苦戦してましたし、逆に言えばさっきも言いましたけど、僕が打てない時、ムーキー手をその他の右バッター含めて全員がカバーしてくれる試合が多かったと思うので、こういう日はね、逆に打てない人が出る時にしっかり自分が打ったり、またはしっかりと打線が苦しい時に先発ピッチャーがしっかり抑える、そういうカバーの試合っていうのが大事だと思うので、今日の試合はそれがよく僕の役割の中で発揮されてたのかなとは思ってます。
As I stated before, there were at times during the postseason where Teo and Mookie, picked me up, and this time around it was my turn to be able to perform. And I think just looking back over the course of the entire postseason, I haven't performed to the expectation, but I think today we saw what the left-handed hitters could do.
JP on the left.
Typically, you are at your best as a hitter on the days that you don't pitch. This was one of your best hitting performances ever. I'm wondering if you made any mental adjustments or adjustments to your preparation as a hitter prior to this game.
登板日はあまり打てないっていう結構そうなってますけども、今日は何かメカニクス的に調整したこととかありますか？
どうなんですかね。ここ数日いい感覚では打ててるなとは思ってますけど、そもそもサンプルサイズがやっぱ投げてる試合っていうのは少ないので、なんていうんですかね、数字の偏りが少し出やすいのかなとは思うので、それが悪い方向に出てたのかなという印象は受けてるかなと思います。
I felt like the last couple days I felt pretty good at the plate, and just because of the postseason, the sample size, the lack of, it's just that I think the lack of performance really skews in this short period of time. So
we're going to do two more in English up here in the front and then back to Paul on the left side.
Pitching wise, what was working well for you tonight?
投手として今日何が良かったですかと。
そうですね。ブルワーズ打線、ここ僕が投げる前もしっかりと先発ピッチャー含めて抑えてはいましたけど、やっぱり素晴らしい打線 だと思うので、一人一人がこう目的を持って打席の中で力を発揮してくる打線だとは思ってますし、その中で自分がいいゲームプランを持って、キャッチャーのミルとしっかりと合わせていけたのが良かったのかなと思ってます。
The last several days, we did a pretty good job as a starting pitcher, being able to get out and be effective. And just looking at the entire lineup, my impression that I had was that it's a very tough, effective lineup. So talking with Will Smith, we had a pretty good game plan going into the game, and we were able to execute it.
Paul, back left.
With the sweep, you guys have a week off now before the World Series. Do you think having the bye last year will help you with that? And how do you think the team will handle having so much time off?
1週間ワールドシーズンに向けて空きますけども、去年ちょっとバイウィークがあって、それが今回活用されるのかと、それでチームがどうこういう1週間ない中対応するのかと。
休みを挟めるというのはすごくいいことだと思いますし、ピッチャーもそうですし野手もここまで。休みも挟んでますけど、やっぱり試合の重みが違うと思うので、みんな疲労が溜まってるんじゃないかなとは思いますし、その中でゲームがない中でいかにこう実戦の感覚を養っていくかというのもまた課題だとは思うので、そこが難しいのかなと思ってます。
I do see it as a positive in terms of being able to rest both as a position player and as a pitcher. We've had some off days, but we played some very meaningful games that were very stressful. And as you've stated, I think it's going to be really important for us to be able to have that kind of game edge and to be able to maintain it throughout this week.
Second career postseason start tonight for Shohei Ohtani. And Oral, we talked a little before the game about having not pitched in 13 days. Might there be any rust? And he didn't show any signs of any rust whatsoever in this game.
He was really, really good. I mean, we've talked about control and we've talked about command. We've talked about 1 pitch to compete, 2 to win, and 3 to dominate. Well, let's take a look at the K zone, because this guy did not throw anything in the middle of the plate. There are 9 squares in the K zone, and when you look at it, he's not going to hit the middle one ever. So if you're in the strike zone, that's called control. If you're out on the edges and making guys chase, that's called command. He was getting ahead and he was attacking, but he was attacking on the edges, and then once the ball headed for the edges, he could walk them off the plate because they're like, he's hitting the corner. He's hitting the upper corner. He's hitting low and away. And now what does he do as he gets deeper into the game and he piles up those 10 strikeouts? He starts getting them just to flail. But this is all because he established throwing strikes. He established control. Then he had command. And then he gets all the chase and the whiff that he wants.
It'd be great to see the battle between Shohei the pitcher and Shohei the hitter tonight, because both were phenomenal. Nomar, 3 bombs for Shohei.
Yeah, well, we broke down his pitching, so now we got to go Access 360 and just marvel at his hitting. I mean, early on with this breaking ball, the way he recognized it and stayed. This one, the front side, the front shoulder we talked about, has to stay closed, where we saw earlier in the postseason where everything was going at the same time and he was pulling off of the ball there, his head down, front side stayed closed longer, and he's able to get the barrel to this ball and drive it out of the ballpark, puts him on the board early, crushes it. This one's impressive because this ball's off the plate. This ball is off the plate. It's cutting inside on him, and he's still able to keep it fair. Oh, and hit the roof. I mean, this too was another difference. The pitches before this at-bat, during this at-bat, the pitches before this home run, he was taking him. He was recognizing everything. He was on point and timing. When he got a pitch he could handle, this is where he put it. He put it up on the roof of the pavilion, and he made sure somebody in line at Shake Shack got a souvenir. And then how good is he feeling? You get a fastball in the inner half and didn't pull it, especially after you have 2 home runs. You're thinking, okay, if everything flies out, he's trying to pull it again. No, you can see how it really, that chin, that front side, the shoulder stays inside the ball, stays closed, and he takes an inside pitch and takes it to left center. He's on right now, guys.
Let me tell you something. We just had a World Series MVP, okay? Breakdown, Shohei Ohtani, dominant performance on the mound. 2-time batting champion, hit .372 in the show. These 2 guys breaking out a hitter and a pitcher. Dominant hitter,
Who's
dominant
the same
pitcher.
guy?
He's the same person. This guy, I'm telling you, I know we watch this guy play just about every night in here. Do you realize what we're watching here? This guy is the best athlete in the world. There is nobody close to him. He's the best athlete, not baseball player. He's the best athlete right now on the planet. Throws 100 miles an hour, has a devastating breaking ball, hits spots, hasn't pitched for 2 weeks. So what? I'm going to go out there and do my thing on the mound. And you know what? What I'm going to do? I'm going to hit not 1, not 2, but 3 tape measure shots. That third one, McGill throws 100 miles an hour. No problem. This guy is unbelievable. I never thought I would see it. I never thought I would see it. The big show. And like Mookie Betts says, he's Shohei Jordan. He showed up tonight. Unbelievable.
He made big leaguers groan. We were all watching the game together, right? And a guy gets a strikeout, you kind of go, wow, that was a great pitch. We were just going, oh. You know, it's just every swing, every pitch, every strikeout. It's like, that shouldn't come out of one body.
That's not happening. Did we just see something? That was special.
His 50-50 game was just, 13 months ago? We never thought we would see a day like that for a major league player.
Crazy.
This one-ups that with his 3 home runs.
One day, okay, before you go to break, throw a no-hitter and then hit 4 home runs. Do that one day.
All right, let's get to the highlights. Game 4, Dodgers finishing off a sweep of the Milwaukee Brewers. Shohei Ohtani, the story of the night, top of the first. After a walk, he strikes out Jackson Chourio, Oral.
Well, the starters have been setting the tone the whole night. Yeah, he has the walk, but he set the tone right away.
Bounced back after the leadoff walk, and all he's going to do is strike out 3 in a row, Nomar.
No, he racks up the Ks early on. You know, like Oral said, starters have to set the tone. Yeah, you get somebody on, but it doesn't mean you don't have stuff to wipe guys out, and that's exactly what he did that first inning.
Okay, but let's get this guy some run support, Jerry. And Shohei, well, he's going to handle it himself.
Well, his best friend in the world is leading off for him, and he gets something he can handle, a breaking ball, center cut 3-2, and he does not miss it. He stays square, and then when he stays square, his hands are flying through the zone. 1-0, Shohei Ohtani.
Dodgers are not done, though, in that first inning.
Man, it's such a great swing. Head down, front side stays closed long enough, and then he finishes through and gives a fan a souvenir.
Don't let the man get hot. Mookie Betts up there, and Mookie wants to start a new rally, Oral.
Yeah, you know, all the other players tonight were in the shadow of Shohei, but these guys all performed at a very high level and supported their superstar.
Mookie with a base hit. Will Smith is going to follow Jerry with a base hit of his own.
And I love his approach all night long. Staying inside the baseball, going to right center field. Outstanding job. And great job, Mookie Betts, reading the flight of the ball, able to get to third. We got first and third, nobody out.
2 batters later, Nomar, it's Tommy Edman, last year's NLCS MVP.
You still have to have situational hitting. You have to think about, we got to score here. You forget about the home run. We have guys and runners in scoring position. Have to come through, want to keep the momentum on your side, and he comes through big right there.
3-0 or 2-0 Dodgers at this point. It's going to be 3, Jerry, because Teoscar Hernandez he puts it in play, and that'll get the run in.
Yeah, we talk about making sure you give yourself a chance. When you put it in play, contact is king, you get an RBI out of it.
Top of the third, Oral back to Shohei on the mound, getting Joey Ortiz.
He was never in the middle of the plate. He was always on the edges, whether it was the four-seamer, the curveball, the sweeper, or the split. He was outstanding with everything.
How about this play by Kike Hernandez? The runner was moving on the play, Nomar, and he turns it into a double play.
Gets a line drive. We know how athletics Kike Hernandez is. It's like he's an outfielder, he's an infielder, and boy, he showed off both with the catch and the throw right on the money.
He looked like a quarterback right there on the run. Great athlete.
Bottom 3, Will Smith. That's going to get down for his second hit of the game.
How about 2-strike approach? Not trying to pull off the ball. Make sure you stay on it. Dunk one in to right field. Great approach.
Next up, it is Freddie Freeman. Oral, and that's a knock for Freddie, and all of a sudden, Dodgers in business again.
Don't let everybody get hot, because these Dodgers might just roll right through the World Series and not lose another game, but they are all swinging the bat well. The only time they need to swing it a little better, Nomar and I were talking about it, and Jerry, with runners in scoring position. Get a little better at that for the World Series, and wow, it's going to be a big-time chance.
Yeah, because they had a huge opportunity, Nomar, in this inning, but they can't cash in.
Yeah, and this was one where I think for Milwaukee that they could feel a little bit of the momentum getting on their side, and I think it was critical for Shohei to come out and kind of have a shutdown inning, and he does that.
Not only does he do that, in the bottom of that fourth inning, Jerry hits one to the moon.
Light tower power. I mean, this guy, see the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, outstanding breaking ball, and also that swing. Look at the reaction, guys. This is Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy. We've seen big leaguers for a long time. This cutter, inner half, he gets the head to it. So impressive. He literally hits it into the night.
4-0 Dodgers. Everybody's reaction just priceless. Absolutely priceless.
I just saw Vesia for the first time.
Top of the fifth inning. Back to Shohei on the mounds. And Orl, he's racking up the Ks at this point, getting Caleb Durbin.
Yeah, you can do something elite like on the offensive side. You can do something elite on the pitching side, but to do it all in the same night and really the same career. We lost him for a little bit with an elbow surgery, but boy, oh boy, everything looks healthy right now.
Man,
it's Blake Perkins there.
That split finger is just dirty, unfair.
He was riding that split for quite a while from that fifth inning on. Top of the sixth, Isaac Collins.
Look at the movement, late movement. It looks like a fastball out of hand, then darts out of the zone. Nasty split.
How good is the pitcher stuff? The hitters let you know how good their stuff is. You see some of those swings, the swings and misses, some of the check swings can't hold up because the movement is late and nasty.
Shohei would go back out there for the seventh inning after the sixth scoreless. And he has a runner on after a leadoff walk. And Shohei facing William Contreras with a 3-2 pitch, and all of a sudden the first two reach against him in the seventh.
Yeah, a little problem, but you know what? In another day, in another culture, he would have probably continued and shut him down in that inning, but Dave Roberts decided to make the change.
And he goes to Alex Vesia. We enjoyed his reaction on Shohei's second homer of the game. And Vesia now is going to pick up his teammate Shohei Ohtani's. He's going to get out of this inning. After a pop-up, he gets Sal Frelick, Jerry, to ground into a double play.
Outstanding job with traffic. Able to get out of it unscathed. Got that pop-up, and here, an inning-ending double play.
That was like right between his legs. That looked like it went right between Vesia's legs for a double play.
Bottom seven, Nomar. Why not a hat trick of homers for Shohei on this night?
Well, I think this was for Vesia because he appreciated that he picked him up and got him out of that last inning. He's like, okay, then I might as well hit another home run. Unbelievable job staying inside this ball. Everybody going crazy and driving it out to left center. What a beautiful swing.
I can throw 100 and also turn on 100. That guy on the mound, McGill, he's got some thunder for the Brewers. What a night, Shohei Ohtani.
Third homer of the game. Dodgers up 5-0 in the eighth inning. Anthony Bonda pitching. Brewers have runners on the corners with one out. Bryce Terang to second base. They get the force. A run will score, though, to break up the shutout. It's 5-1. Next batter, Christian Yelich. Right back to Bonda.
And I love the bullpen right now. Even with traffic, they figure out a...
Dodgers now await the winner of the American League Championship Series. The Dodgers swept the Mariners in the final series of the regular season in Seattle. They won 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays here in L.A. in early August. Dodgers would have home field advantage if the Mariners win that series. Game 1 not until next Friday. Dodgers back to business on Saturday, but the champagne was flowing Friday night after they swept the Brewers.
You got the best player on the planet going out there in the biggest stage in front of everyone. You just know he's going to step up, and you can just tell the focus when he got here today was there, and what a performance. I think we're going to be talking about this for forever. Shohei.
We still got 4 more games we got to win, but just the clubhouse that we got, the stuff that we've gone through this year, it's been really incredible, and you're starting to see the results on the field.
It's a tough group of guys. It's been close games this whole postseason. Starting with Philly, Milwaukee, and just gutting these wins out, getting what we need to be done. It shows who this club is. It's just a tough group of guys.
As a team, we had our ups and our downs.
You're a little too dry right now, Mookie.
Everybody, we're playing good at the right time, but we still got 4 more wins to go.
4 more wins to go. Jerry, Dodgers awaiting either the Mariners or Blue Jays. Do you have a preference in the World Series?
I really don't. 2 really good teams. It's going to be a fun World Series either way.
Yeah, just go out there, prepare yourself. Don't worry about that because you know they got to still play their game. And whenever it's decided, then they focus on that.
I prefer that the Dodgers are in the World Series.
Yep.
That's a really good preference.
They are, Oral.
After a historic night from Shohei Ohtani and another great celebration for Jerry, Nomar, Oral, DV, Kirsten. I'm John. Thanks for watching. Dodgers are the National League champs.
いかがだったでしょうか。まさに伝説の瞬間賞にこれほどふさわしい試合はないでしょう。そしていよいよ現地時間今夜には MVP の発表です。本チャンネルでもタイムリーにお届けしていきます。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。